What it do, homies? We are here with a donation request. This time we are checking out something from first time, right? Looking at this channel, Hymns of the Imperium. So we got some Warhammer 40k music. Now it says down here, right? Because I'm not all the way familiar with the characters of Warhammer 40k lore and verse. It's a hymn to growing old and appreciating good, even in the grim darkness of the far future. Sometimes I love that you led with this, right? So it's something that you could appreciate without even knowing the lore and everything. So that's amazing. But yeah, Valentine's Day song. We're a little bit far from that, just a little bit. Let's go ahead and shut up, turn it up. For stability and prosperity. Okay.
Masks and mirrors, shattered glass, a war of words where fire slept. You saw through all the veils and schemes, yet somehow you still made me smile. If the throne will stand 10,000 years, if the stars shall never fade, let the masks we wear, the roles we've played, be as endless as the lies we share.
Oh, that's actually kind of, wow. Run that back. That's, let the mask we wear and the roles that we played
be as
endless as the lies we share, right? The mask that we wear. You know, I subscribe to the thought that when you meet somebody for the first time, that you don't meet them, you meet their representative, right? And then over time, that mask fades and then you see who the person truly is. You know what I mean? So to say, let that be as endless as the lies we share, right? Because that's just human nature. You know, we all lie, white lies, big lies. You know what I'm saying? People just lie, but to let that be as endless. So even if this is a fantasy, right, I want that to stay, right? I do not want the veil of ugly revealed over. Let me live in this fantasy, right? And let it be a part of, is that a gun she has hosted? Oh my goodness, that completely caught me off guard. Oh, it's probably not God, I don't know what that is, but yeah, that was wonderful.
Be as endless as the lies we share. The throne still stands, the war still calls, the faithful march, the mighty fall. If the stars
Beautiful
could
voice.
write our stories true, would they mark the lies we knew?
Would they mark the lies we knew? Well, we all know that will it show reality, right? Or will it show fantasy?
The smoke still clung upon your breath, and yet you walked this path with me.
So not taking those lyrics too literally, right? I mean, we got the image and everything, but the smoke still clung. So okay, this is actually wonderful. Let me run this back one more time.
A world of storms where echoes fade and
embers gleam. Where echoes fade. Right, echoes, a world of storms, right? If I was to look at it kind of another way, a world of storms, right? So think of a storm, and then where echoes fade. So past, maybe like repeating mistakes, maybe like kind of look at it that way. This Valentine's Day song, so we're definitely talking about relationships and everything. Where echoes fade, maybe repeated patterns that maybe you had picked up from a previous relationship, or maybe in that same relationship, and they said echoes fade, or maybe it's maybe I was telling you guys about that mask and everything. So maybe it's a certain thing that you liked that was continuing the echo. You was like, all right, this is going good. And now it's starting to fade away. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, every day you're doing less of what I like to do. And then when embers gleam, right? Echoes fade, embers gleam. So embers, fire, ember, not necessarily a full fire, just a start of one, right? Almost kind of like talking about fire, trouble, right? Destruction, and it's gleaming. It isn't a full fire right now. It's just a small bit. But what I liked about you is fading away, and destruction is becoming imminent.
Embers fires gleam. The smoke still clung upon your breath, and yet you walked this path.
And this essentially is basically just riding out the storm, basically, right? You still walk the path with me. In relationships, there doesn't exist a relationship that is perfect, right? Fights are going to happen. These things are going to come up, and then, the strength of a relationship will be tested daily, inside and out. So the smoke clung your lungs means they'll get to a point to where you feel as though, I've had it. I've had enough. You know what I mean? And then it's just a matter of how you're going to deal with that, right? You're going to drink some water and, drink some water and change your breathing patterns, or you're going to get up out there. You know what I'm saying? Before those embers turn into flames, are you gonna sit there and come on now?
With me, if the throne will stand 10,000 years, if the stars shall never fade, let the masks we wear, the roles we've played, be as endless as the lives we share. The throne still stands, the war still calls, the faithful march, the mighty fall. If all must fade as time moves on, then let me smile before it's gone. Fortune's favor, poisoned light, a throne of pleasure, gems of night. They called your name, but you stood true, and I could not have asked for more.
That's lust and temptation, right? That's essentially what they're saying, right? Throne, gems. That's the lust and temptation. That through all these things that you could have possibly had and everything, you stayed. That's a big one right there. I always subscribe to the thought is that, once you're chasing, the chase never ends. At some point you have to stop. And for some people, that comes way too late in life where they don't want to chase, right? The fear of being tied down and shit, especially in this day and age. And I don't mean to get too preachy. Me and my wife are coming up on 10 years of marriage. So, when it comes to relationship stuff and like weathering out the fight, this type of stuff is really passionate to me because I know that it can be done. You know what I mean? It 100% can be done if you have the patience to do so. So whenever I hear these type of lyrics and everything, they make me feel, a certain way, and I got to speak on it. You know what I mean?
Poisoned light, a throne of pleasure, gems of night. They called your name, but you stood true, and I could not have asked for more. If the throne will stand 10,000 years, if the stars shall never fade, let the masks we wear, the roles we've played, be as endless as the lives we share. So we smile and play our roles, the soldier's fear, the singer's cage. It's somewhere deep beyond all knowing. I was yours in every age. I was yours.
That's beautiful.
In every age.
Not age as in age, like how we get older and everything, but I think age is in time, right? No matter what type of time period or era, I was yours, right? Even in different circumstances, I was still yours. This is a very beautiful song, right? Almost got me getting choked up about here. See, I gotta be careful when I do some reactions to this love stuff, because man, I feel for you guys that hate pausing in reaction videos. I think when it comes to reactions, that their job should be to give commentary to a video, right? Because you've already seen the video. What value can I add? That's why it's always weird when people say you pause too much. So you should want to get a different take than what you thought on the song that you saw. You know what I mean? Because you never know. But anyways, if you guys want to see some more hymns of the Imperium on this channel, I don't mind it. Just know that if they're all love songs, that you'll get an earful. Let's see if we can get this 300 likes. All right, Dave's out.